Hello, everybody. My name is Benny, and welcome to The Fool's Apprentice. Today is hashtag Saturday. Yes, hashtag Saturday. I don't think I've done one in a week, maybe two. I don't know. A lot's been going on. Oh my God, guys. A lot is going on. I have so many things going on. I feel like work, family, personalized interviews, coming up with new projects. Oh my God. I just this week took over Don Michelle's um Facebook page. It's now called the Fool's Tarot Lounge. I have Kelsey from Huggy Tarot as an administrator. I also have Lisa Rainey over from Mystical Witchery as an admin. They've been wonderful. Lisa's really been like helping with just everything. Like she knows this stuff like the back of her hand, and so I'll be relying on her until I kind of learn the ropes. But I have these ideas that I want to be able to share with everybody. But that's for another time. But I'm so glad that I'm back for hashtag Saturdays. So I this one's been on my mind for a while, and I haven't done it because I'm thinking, you know, will I resonate with this one? Will I not resonate with this one? And so today, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do it because of the fact that it's been on my mind for several weeks and I just keep skipping it. So today, I decided it was the day. So I am doing Sylvain's Deadly Sins 7 decks for deadly sins. That was like a tongue twister for me. Oh my gosh. So I watched Sylvain's video and it was so good. I love how honest he is, just very factual about how he feels about things. So I thought that he made me laugh several times. I watched a few here and there, but not all the way through because I didn't want to be influenced on the decks that I was going to choose. So I think, some really good decks that I think fit each and every category really well. So we'll see what you think. So let me flip the camera over and I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Now I just need to let you know right off the bat, allergy season has hit. I got an itch in the back of my throat. So if I cough, I'm really sorry. I'll try to edit as many of them out as I can. But I'm really excited about this hashtag. So the first one is Pride, a deck you purchased or used for flexing. So for this one, I ended up choosing defining pride as something I'm really, I don't know, proud of that I was able to get this deck because it's an out of print deck. I had it before when I first tried to do tarot many years ago, right before grad school. I got a few decks, and then right when I got into it, like maybe weeks, I got into grad school and there was no way I could do the tarot, and I lost it in a move until I came back, and it was one of the decks I really, really wanted to get because I love this deck so much. This is the Royal Fez of Moroccan, again, out of print. And I will tell you, I love this deck. This deck is so beautiful. I love its simplicity. I like the images. It's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. I love that it's a pencil sketch deck with some colors. I mean, there isn't really, I even like the cardstock. The backs are super 70s. And so the story, I did a video on this where I share the story. So I'm looking online for this deck, and I really struggled to find it. I was able to find two. One was for $1,700. Not going to happen. I love this fool. The other one was for $700 and was seriously considering it. Why? I don't know, but I was seriously considering it. Well, it also had sentimental value because my brother bought this deck for me originally, and he bought it for $100. So somebody bought it for $100. It's up there for $700, $1,700. I'm thinking that's really too much. So one day, I don't know what happened, but I went to, I think it was Macari. I get Macari and Poshmark kind of mixed up. It was Macari. And this deck was there for $150. And I'm like, $150? I can afford that. So I contacted them because I want to make sure all the cards are there. Are there any damages to any of the cards? And they said that they got it at a estate sale, and it was a smoker's home, and it has a faint scent of smoke when I put it up to my nose, but I can't smell it when it's this far away from me, which is about 8 inches, 10 inches. And so I told them, let me think about it. And they were like, well, just make any offer. And I said, no, I really need to think about it. Really, I really didn't need to think about it. I was just trying to be very savvy and, play possum because I'm going to buy it, but I'm hoping I could even get it for less. So I waited a day because I figured it had been up there for a while. It wasn't going to sell in a day, at least I hoped. There were also some damages to several of the cards, water damage, something similar to this one. As you can see, it's faded a lot more, but there's some damage to it. And the other ones were water damage. This looks more like smoke damage. I think it was 4 of the major cards. And so that was a bummer because you could see the water line, when that little funky little thin line at the edge when it's wet, a paper gets wet. But I was going to get it anyway. It was a compromise I was going to make. So I go on the next day and they had it on there for $50. So I immediately purchased it. So I got the deck, right? So I'm looking on eBay and they have pictures of, they only have 20 cards. And see, this one has damage as well. They only have 20 cards. And 2 of the cards that I can see match 2 of the majors that are water damaged. And the 2 in the eBay picture are not. So I was like, oh my God. And they only wanted like $20 for the cards. And I was like, oh, I'm getting them. And I tried to message the seller. They wouldn't respond. And I'm like, $20, I'm just going to take the chance. You never know. At least I'll get 2. And the cards came in and it was all the majors. And I was like, what? So I find the other 2 cards from my deck and they were in there. And so now I have a deck with majors with very minimal damage. Let me tell you, this is a deck I'm very proud of, that I was savvy, that I was able to persevere and get. And I don't use this deck as much as I should. I really need to bring this out and use it more. In fact, I might use it this coming week for my daily polls and to put it on Instagram. This is such a beautiful deck. I really love it. This is a deck that will never leave my collection. It stays with me. And I love this bag that I found to go with it because the box was destroyed. So the Royal Fez, a Moroccan, they're still out there. You can still find them, but you have to be patient because they can be a pretty penny. So, Greed. And Greed is a deck you don't share with anybody, only use for yourself. And that deck, people, right now, that I do not share with anybody else or have any intentions of sharing with anyone, is the Spoiler Tarot, the 2nd edition. I absolutely love this deck. This is my number 1 deck. This is the deck that I thought I would never get because it was really, I couldn't justify paying the price. I just couldn't do it because I don't have a tarot. If I had a tarot business where I was a tarot reader or something and I was making an income, okay, I would do it. But I'm not. I'm an enthusiast. I read for myself. I may read for a friend. I love the green in this card. It's a beautiful queen of coins. And so it wasn't going to happen. And then the last deck I saw, and if you saw my video, you know this already. For those who don't know, there's so many beautiful cards in here. I lost my train of thought. So I ended up finding on eBay, and I was thinking it was for 2 something, and it's not going to sell for 2 something. It's going to jump up. And I love the green again, and I love this Three of Pentacles. I knew that it was going to go up quickly in the last like 5 seconds because I finally figured out that's how eBay works. And I waited, and I was thinking, I'll do 400. I don't know who I was kidding, because the deck right before that sold for over $700. Beautiful Ten of Cups. I love the colors, the blue and the pink. And I'm like, okay, I'll have to go to $500. I'll bid $500. Why I thought $500 would cut it, I don't know. But when it was all said and done, $1,200. I was like, what? So I kind of resigned myself in that moment that this is probably not really going to happen for me. It's a deck that it's just not going to happen. So I took a screenshot and I posted it on 2 Facebook pages. Beautiful Queen of Swords. I just love the mystery in this. And wrote a little comment saying, I guess this deck's not meant to be for me. And then, like a day later, maybe not even a day later, someone said, DM me. And I'm like, uh-oh, they have one. I love the Seven of Wands, the colors again. And I was like, okay. But she's going to want a lot of money because I posted that it was sold for $1,200. And she had the deck for sale for an extremely reasonable price. Like, I didn't have to think about it. I paid it. No issues. I went through my normal deal. Can you show me several pictures? Can you show me this card and this card with a piece of note with the name on, the date on it? She did. And then she went all out in getting this deck to me, sent me multiple pictures. It was just beautiful what she did. You got to watch that video. It's called, Did I Get What I Paid For? It was like the most exciting video that I've done because I didn't know if what was was I being scammed or not. And as you can see, I was not being scammed. Super, super excited. This is a deck that's for me only. I would have to be really moved to do a reading with this deck with somebody else. Look at these colors. Oh my God, these images are amazing. Look at that. Amazing. 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 Love this deck. This deck is everything. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my God, this deck is everything. I love it. Okay. So that is okay. Yeah, that is absolute greed in so many ways. So many ways. And I'll show you why I think again later in this video. Oh my God, me and boxes. We never get along. Okay. So the next prompt. I'm having fun with this one. I don't know why I waited so long to do it. So the next one is Wrath, a deck that I'm angry at. Okay. Guys. This deck. I'm really more angry at me, but I took a deck that, oh my God, I just feel duped, I guess. This is a deck that taught me a lesson. This deck, I saw it on Tarot Tubing. You know, I'm sure it happens to all of us. You see a deck and you're like, oh my God, I gotta have it. And instead of waiting, watching other reviews, you go on and you buy it right then and there. Well, that's what happened with this one. This is the Magical Nature Tarot. And when I saw it, I liked that it was paper cutouts, it was a collage, that she did the image. I love the colors. It was very earthy. I just really, really fell for it. Then I got it. And it was like, wonk, wonk. I was like, oh no. Ugh. And the more I tried to use it, the more I got frustrated. I was so distracted with this cardstock is so weird to me. It's just the oddest thing. And if I bend it too much, it'll have a permanent crease. I don't like all this space. The colors are just, I don't know. It just looked much better on my screen. Maybe I saw it in HD. but I'm not inspired by this deck at all. In fact, I find this deck to be very sad for me. There are people out there who love this deck. This is just my personal experience. I think the images are done really, really well. You can tell that a lot of effort was put in creating the images. I mean, each one of these was layered and cut and painted. And so, it's just not my aesthetic. It doesn't fit me really well. And so, yeah, I was really, really frustrated when I first got this. Now I'm more of at a place of kind of disappointment. This feels like melancholy, or there is this clinical word I'm trying to remember. I can't remember it, but this deck feels very depressing to me. So, yeah, that's a deck that I was pretty upset about when it came in to my collection. All right, the next one is, let's see, what did we do? We just did Wrath. Envy, a deck you wanted because other people have it. Okay. It is the Mythical Creatures Tarot. Let me tell you, this is a little weird, but this is what happened. I had no desire for this deck. Then, all of a sudden, Baba Studios made an announcement that they only had 30 decks that they found in a box in storage. And I was like, oh, wow. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I had to have this deck. Like, I had to have this deck. Where'd this come from? Oh, I got to put that in the right place. All of a sudden, the desire for this deck overwhelmed me. I had to have this deck. I had to be one of the 30 people, and this is the way my brain works, guys, okay? I had to be one of the 30 people in the whole wide world that was going to get this deck. Just absolute silliness. But I don't know. All of a sudden, I was watching a whole bunch of videos. I was like reading on the history of it. And I don't know. I got swept away with this deck. And I just had to have it. So I had to figure out time zones because it was at 4:00 Irish time. And I hate doing that type of conversion because I tend to mess things up like that. So I had to go to multiple websites to try multiple conversions, time conversions, to make sure that they all said the same thing, which was 10 a.m. Central Standard Time in the United States. Once I got that, I had to set an alarm every day leading to it, which was several days. Then I did an alarm the night before. Then I did an alarm the morning of to wake me up. And then I did an alarm an hour before, 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before. And at 15 minutes, I took my break at work. I know I'm going too fast. Sorry. I sat in my car. I literally sat in my car, went to the website, sat there, got ready to the page, and I went refresh. And then when it would refresh, I would do it again, refresh. And for 10 minutes, I just hit refresh. And you had an option to get a bag of your choice. And I was like, not doing it. I choose a bag. That'd be enough to me get cucked out. That's only 30. So as soon as it showed for sale, I had already had it in my basket. And no, I think I had it to put in my basket. One, I hit add to basket, and then I hit Apple Pay like 100 times and just prayed for it to say purchase. And then I waited to get the email that it was confirmed. And oh my gosh, let me tell you, thrilling. I don't know. And I will tell you that I really, really adore this deck. This deck is more beautiful in person than I expected it to be. I love the backs. I love the coloring. It's just a very, very beautiful deck. And I'm so glad I got it because what would have happened is it would have been a horrible regret for me. And I would have had all these envious thoughts and feelings. So that is the deck. Why do I got all this other stuff? These are the ones that came with it. These are the ones that came in it. And this is on another deck. I don't know what I'm doing with my cards. So, envious. I mean, it's interesting how things like this, the brain works. It's just really weird sometimes. Okay, so the next one is Lust, a deck that you like for aesthetic reasons. I want to make sure I get this right because I don't want to pull the wrong one out, even though I have them in order. Okay, so it's the Boton Tarot. Oh my gosh, guys. This deck is so stunning. This literally is the most beautiful backs on any deck that I have. And I got some pretty backs, but this feels so rich and delicate and gorgeous. It's just beyond beautiful. I just love it. Love the gilding. Stunning. But look at this. I just love this deck. I love the use of colors, and I don't know it. And even though the colors are really soft and the animals have eyelashes, I love it. This feels a little balanced, maybe a little feminine leaning, but I could look at this all day long. It's just a really stunning deck, and I love the culture of it. I mean, this is so nice. I just love it. Everything. I like the use of color and contrast color, and the use of skin tone, which is different, and the sense of movement. I mean, this is a very, very, what I would think, a luxurious deck. Like, look at her. She draws you in. How gorgeous is she? And what a beautiful animal. And what a way to frame it. It's just stunning. Stunning. I cannot say that word enough. This is artwork that you would frame and put up in your home, like in a meditation room where you can feel tranquil and serene and centered and peaceful. Look at the use of color there, guys. Just love it. Very masculine. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Look at, oh my God. Cups. Like, how beautiful can cups be? So, oh my God, look at her. Like, if I had to be a card, this would probably be the card I'd want to be. Oh my gosh. I love this deck. I like the cardstock. I like the borders. I love the font. Nothing seems to compete with each other. Okay, I'm going to lay a few of these out so we can see what they look like. Because, well, let me tell you, it's because I want to see what they look like. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Love it. Isn't that bunny the cutest thing ever? Oh my God. Yeah. I just think this is amazing. Teamwork. Love it. I love how masculine this card is. This tower is one of my favorite tower cards. I just think it's beautiful. So yes, this is a deck that I really love for aesthetic reasons. All right. Let me put this up. And I finally found a way to put this thing up. I don't know, because the ribbon is a thing, right? Like, I hated it when I first got it. But what I do now is I wrap it where there's a little bit hanging out. Right. Now I'm doing a tutorial that nobody cares about. But I'm going to do it. So, and it usually doesn't take me this long, but because I'm on camera, it is. So then you take it like this, you put it in the box, put this on top, there you go, and it stays. And voila, it won't come off. It won't come off. All right, next. Sloth. A deck you use when you're feeling lazy. Might be a little surprised, guys, but it's a mass market deck. Lero de Marseille weight. This is a really beautiful deck. I love it. The box is so nice. It's not a guidebook that I have to like read. There's just these little snippets. So very easy to digest. Very easy to see, very beautiful, easy on the eyes, straightforward. This deck, it just tells you what you need to hear. Boom, done. I love this deck. I love this deck. I would love to have gotten this deck on a linen stock. Wouldn't have that been beautiful? But I just love the use of color as well here. The tones here are very, very different, like from the Boton. But I think aesthetically, it's just a stunning deck as well. This is a deck that it's just really, it's a comforting kind of deck. It's kind of deck that you want to use that doesn't really make you think too critically. I am going 100 miles an hour. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It shuffles really nicely. It's not too slippery. It's just an easy breezy deck to use. Oh, look at that. Of course, on camera, I was going to be very impressed with myself. And then at the end, when I was having a fabulous thought, that happened. So, lovely. Easy to use. As you can see, I don't use it enough because there's not a bend. But even when you lay it out, look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. It's just lovely. Lovely. All right. Sloth, right? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, there's my phone. Oh, I skipped gluttony. So, that's okay. They don't have to be in order. Some other people did them out of order as well. So gluttony. Okay. So I had to think about this one for a second. Gluttony is a deck you really didn't need, but purchased anyway. All right. So these are, I took this and I took this as, I really didn't need them. I really didn't need them. Why? Because these are backups. I have a backup of the Yokai Yochi. And this one can fall into gluttony as well. But, into greed as well. Greed is like more. Backups are kind of greedy. They really are. I know that. It doesn't go beyond me. But gluttony, I got this one. Oh my God, guys. It still blows my mind. I got the Spoiler Tarot. Yeah. Gluttony. Like, how lucky am I? Then I got the backup of the Bohman Gothic. I love my Bohman Gothic. Love it. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna show this one. Oh, this is the unopened one. Let me go get the one that's. Oh, I grabbed it because it was the one that's my backup. So, oh my gosh, I love this deck. And I got it for two reasons. One is that this is the last printing of decks that Baba Studios is doing, because they have announced they will be leaving the tarot world. And so I figured I waited so long to get this deck. I'm like, I need a backup. But I also know that one day, oh, one of my favorite, if not my favorite Hermit card, that one day it's going to be worth some money. And I may be able to use my backup to trade for another unicorn deck that I want. So it was also strategic to get the backup. But this deck, I love this deck. I did a video on this one. It's this deck is so emotionally powerful for me. Like there isn't, like, the backs aren't my favorite, but I don't hate them. I actually kind of like them. I like the gilding. There are a lot of people that don't like the gilding. I like the gilding. I like these little surprises. Oh my God, this little red. That was a shocker for me. But I love every single card. There's a knight. One of these knights is my favorite because of the color choices that they made. But the use of light, I don't think there's another deck, in my opinion, that uses the light better than this deck. Like, look at that. It's just, they use it in a way to frame an image, to bring the eye to where they want you to focus on, to illuminate and bring emotion up while looking at a card. This deck does so many things extremely well. And I want to find that card, so I'm going to go fast. Let me see if I can find, the Knight of Cups. This is my favorite Knight of Cups ever. I just love this card. And I love it because of the knight and the horse. And I love these colors and how they contrast. I just think it's beautiful. Just love it. Look at the use of light here. And there's another card, the Fortune Teller card, I think it is. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. I love the way they use light here. This is just beautiful. And a sun card that I don't hate. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. So there was no way I was not going to not get a backup of this. So on top of that, you might guess I got another backup. Which is the limited edition. I got me a backup of the limited edition. Oh my gosh. I love the bag. The bag is really nice. And I ordered the Tarot Prague, which I didn't think I was ever going to get. They just happened to have some extra card stock. Oh my God, thank God for that. And I got me a backup of the Prague. I got me a backup of the Victorian Romantic. Unfortunately, I didn't think ahead, and I didn't get the backup of the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot deck. But yeah, wow. Let me turn the camera over and I'll have some parting words. And I'm back. Oh my gosh. That was a great hashtag. I loved it. That was a lot more fun than I expected. I don't know why I procrastinated on that one, but I know which one I'm going to do after this one. So you could give a guess on what hashtag I'm going to do that kind of goes with this one. But I had so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this hashtag. Oh man, I missed doing the hashtag. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks. Way too long. So hashtags are back. And until next time, my name is Benny, and I am the Fool's Apprentice. Bye, guys.